Welcome, friend. You know, life isn't always easy. It's got its twists and turns. But over the years, I've learned a thing or two about finding happiness, even when times get tough. So let's talk for a while. Let me share a little wisdom I've picked up along the way. Maybe, just maybe, it'll help you see things a bit differently. Happiness. People seem to think it's something you find somewhere out there, don't they? They spend their lives searching for it in wealth, in status, in what others think. But if there's one thing this old heart of mine has learned, it's this. True happiness isn't about what's happening around you. It's about what's happening within you. Let me tell you a story. I remember one day in my 20s, I was down to my last few dollars. Didn't have a place to call home, barely any food. It was a tough time. But one night, I sat by a river just listening to the water. There was something about that moment. There I was, broke as ever, but for the first time in a long time, I felt at peace. I realized something then. Happiness doesn't come from what you have. It comes from how you see what you have. It's an attitude, not a possession. Over the years, I saw people chasing after happiness, thinking it's in the next job, the next relationship, the next purchase. But every time they got what they thought would make them happy, it was never enough. And you know what I realized? There's always going to be some storm, some worry, something beyond your control. But here's the secret. In every storm, there's always a calm if you know where to look for it. I've lived a long life, and I'll tell you this. You can find happiness in every situation if you know where to look. It's the stories we tell ourselves. Life can be rough, I won't lie to you. But even in those rough patches, you can choose the thoughts you feed. Think of happiness like a fire. If you want that flame to stay strong, you have to feed it the right kind of fuel. I learned that if you feed it with gratitude, the fire grows warmer and brighter. Every morning, I start with one thing I'm grateful for, no matter how small. Sometimes it's just the sound of birds outside my window, or the way the sun hits my face. Start each day with a little gratitude, and you'll find that happiness sneaks up on you right when you least expect it. Here's another thing. Stop comparing. I've seen so many young folks wrapped up in what others have. They say, if only I had that job, or if only I looked like that. Let me tell you something. Comparison is a thief. It steals the joy from your heart. Instead of wishing for someone else's life, start tending to your own. Water your own grass, and trust me, it will get greener. And lastly, I'll tell you this. Life is short, so laugh a little, even when it's hard. I've had my share of losses, of heartbreaks, of moments where it felt like my world was crashing down. But you know what helped? I allowed myself to laugh, even if it was just at my own mistakes. There's power in not taking life too seriously, because in the end, every situation, every trial passes. But if you can hold on to a smile through it, that happiness becomes unbreakable. Remember, happiness isn't something to find, it's something to make. And you can make it, no matter where you are or what you have. So go on now, take a breath, look around, and find something to smile about. Because if you can do that, my friend, you've found the secret to happiness.